Michigan's Adventure. Twice the fun. Wild water adventure. Twice the fun. 2 parks for the price of one.
Michigan's largest amusement park opens this Saturday. At Michigan's Adventure and Wild Water Adventure, you get 2 parks for the price of 1. There's something for the whole family.
Twice the fun. Michigan's Adventure. Twice the fun.
Welcome back to Ghoster Coasters, and today we're going to take a trip to the Great Lakes State and discuss one of the Cedar Fair's smaller parks, Michigan's Adventure, and discuss the recent trend of smaller parks getting coaster investments for the first time in many years, at all of them respectively. A huge shout out goes out to all of our channel members and Coaster Ghosts and producers for helping bring a bunch of fun ideas to the channel. If you aren't a member and want a cool shout out and member exclusive sneak peeks at big videos and more, join today and become a Coaster Ghoster yourself.
With parks like Dorney Park receiving Iron Menace in 2024, the first coaster since a relocated Possess, and Worlds of Fun receiving an ode to the past with Zambezi Zinger from GCI, the first at the park since the mid-2000s, and rumors of Valley Fair receiving a coaster potentially in 2025, could we see all of the smaller parks in the Cedar Fair chain getting new coasters? We also wanted to mention that King's Dominion and Canada's Wonderland are the 2 likely parks getting additions next year, but it's been rumored that Valley Fair may get that in for some time, so let's just see if it happens next year. Let's take a trip to Michigan Adventure though and talk about the park, who yes, was once rumored to be getting a hypercoaster, and manufacturers included B&M, Arrow, Intamin supposedly as well, among others, so let's go ahead and get into it.
Cedar Fair's decision regarding new attractions, including coasters, at its various parks are influenced by a variety of factors, including market demand, financial considerations, and strategic planning. As of late, the trend seems to be leaning towards giving the smaller scale parks that are more self-sustaining regional parks a little boost with some nice coaster additions. Some keeping in line with the past, such as trends at Cedar Point with the Wild Mouse, or Worlds of Fun with the Zambezi Zinger Ode. Michigan's Adventure serves a smaller regional market compared to some of the Cedar Fair's flagship parks like Cedar Point and Kings Island. This means investments in major new attractions may be prioritized for parks with larger attendance and greater potential for return on investment.
So why do we think Michigan's Adventure could see a new addition in the coming years? With the limited calendar year and tough times staffing the park with less full-time positions available and a shorter operating schedule, one has to wonder if the park could even handle a new attraction such as a roller coaster, let alone a flat ride. Michigan's Adventure may have other priorities for capital investment, such as infrastructure improvements, new family attractions, or water park expansions to enhance the overall guest experience. To the dismay of many coaster enthusiasts, the park does quite well for itself in the summer months, so this does make sense.
Cedar Fair purchased Michigan's Adventure in 2001. Before Cedar Fair acquired Michigan's Adventure, there were discussions and rumors within the amusement park community about the possibility of the park adding a hypercoaster. Some of those rumored manufacturers included B&M, Intamin, Aerodynamics, and later Morgan pitched for the project as well, supposedly.
There could be several reasons why the rumored hypercoaster project at Michigan's Adventure did not come to fruition. Factors such as the park's attendance levels, and if the park's infrastructure or operational capabilities were not there to support a hypercoaster, Cedar Fair may have decided against pursuing the project altogether.
But with the park's recent trend of giving smaller scale parks some investments, time will tell on Michigan's Adventure. Valley Fair seems to be next in line, and if the trend continues, then we'd almost bet on Michigan's Adventure getting some capital investments in 2026. Over the past few years, many Cedar Fair execs have gone to Michigan's Adventure on visits. The park has seemingly only added infrastructure updates, a small Snoopy area update, and essentially just park improvements for years. The one thing the park hasn't done is add a ride or a roller coaster in some time.
Could we see Michigan's Adventure get a drop tower, a scream and swing perhaps? Something along those lines would make sense for the park and the area as a whole, with little thrills nearby to match that. Obviously, the hypercoaster that was rumored for the park may never see the light of day. And while that's unfortunate, imagine if Michigan's Adventure also had a ride like Magnum at the park with shivering timbers. It would be worth the visit for more traveling enthusiasts, to say the least, but unlikely to happen under the Cedar Fair chain, as the park itself is self-sufficient as is.
The one saving grace for the fainting idea is that most Cedar Fair parks have a hypercoaster of some sort. Dorney, Valley Fair. There's only a few who don't, and it's a long shot but still worth mentioning. Other rides that they could use would be a launch. Anything modern, to be fair, works at Michigan's Adventure. We go RMC single rail here as a cheaper option. The park doesn't need a huge capacity machine, or even Zamperla. I know it's crazy, but the chain may just make a dive into the Zamperla coaster market after Top Thrill 2 opens.
The park has options, and we'll speculate on that a little closer to the 2025 season when we know if Valley Fair is indeed next up in the smaller parks getting investments trend. We'll also stay on the lookout for updates to Michigan Adventures and infrastructure during the 2024 off-season and the 2025 off-season. If we see improvements in the park infrastructure and overall overhead, we may see something to come down the line at the park. I guess it's left to Michigan's Adventure to show the park needs a new ride and it benefits the area as a whole, with smaller parks like Indiana Beach adding the triple loop coaster. You'd have to imagine that's about on the scale with Michigan Adventure's competition, and they just added a ride, so timing will tell for this charming little park. Thanks to all of you Coaster Ghosters out there for watching this video. We hope you enjoyed and got a little excited potentially for the future of Michigan's Adventure. It's a smaller park that doesn't get the love it should, and we'd love to see more additions to the Michigan Coaster lineup in the near future.
Let us know if you think Michigan's Adventure is due for a coaster, what type of ride you'd like to see them add, if you think the smaller scale park trend will continue, and if they do get a ride, what can we expect to see? As always, thanks for being a part of our spooky community. And for Coaster Ghostin' with Ghoster Coasters.
Have a great Lakes Day, everybody.
And Michigan's Adventure.